Taured, a country that doesn't exist. It was a sweltering summer afternoon in 1954, when a man arrived at Tokyo's Haneda airport looking every bit the part of a sophisticated European businessman. He was smartly dressed in a neatly pressed grey suit and carried himself with an air of calm worldliness. He carried a European passport, well worn and filled with stamps from a dozen countries. He was fluent in French, Japanese, and several other languages. Nothing about him seemed out of the ordinary until he handed his passport to the immigration officers. They frowned. They checked the map. There was no Taured. The man grew frustrated. He insisted that Taured was a real nation nestled between France and Spain, where the Principality of Andorra should be. He claimed to have been traveling to Japan for business, as he had done several times before. He even pointed to the location on a map, aghast that it was now labeled Andorra. His passport, though, appeared legitimate. It had customs stamps from previous trips to Tokyo and from several European countries that recognized Taured. He also had checks from a company no one had heard of, yet the logos matched those in his briefcase. His driver's license and business cards were equally official, only none of the institutions existed. Puzzled and alarmed, authorities detained him in a nearby hotel room with guards posted outside the door. But by morning, he was gone, vanished. The room was undisturbed. The windows had no ledges and were several stories up. There was no way out. His documents also disappeared. Searches were conducted, but his company didn't exist. No such person had ever been registered in any global data. There was no flight record of his arrival. Nothing remained but questions, and a single, unclaimed passport bearing the name of a country no one had ever heard of. Some believed the man was a spy. After all, the Cold War was at its height, and the US and Russia were in a constant game of cat and mouse. Perhaps he was an undercover agent who slipped through the cracks, or maybe he was a figment of someone's overactive imagination. But there are more mundane explanations. Maybe he suffered from a little-known psychological disorder called factitious disorder imposed on self, which can cause people to invent elaborate, often unbelievable scenarios and then live them out. The man may have really believed he was from Taured. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.